Welcome into LAFC Weekly. Hello, I am Max Bretos. This is the show that gets you up close and personal to all things black and gold. As most of you know, this will be the fourth and final season for head coach Steve Cherundolo at LAFC, leaving on his terms to pursue opportunities in Germany, where he spent his entire professional playing career and began coaching. While here, Steve made club history again and again and raised the black and gold standard. Regardless of how this season ends, Steve is now one of the top names in American coaching. The future is bright, as was the past for the kid from San Diego. We go off the pitch with the coach, presented by Waymo.
Superb team goal from LAFC. LAFC up 3-0. And LAFC look to have done it again.
Head coach Steve Cherundolo, tell us a little about Steve growing up.
Steve growing up, a lot of sports, all sports. I think he started in rec soccer, which was great. Skateboarded, learned to surf, loved the ocean, swimming, a little stint of water polo, found out that wasn't mine. Baseball, very active child, hated being indoors. So Southern California was perfect for me.
If there was a sport that, because we know about your soccer football career, if there's a sport that maybe you could have taken to another level, what would it have been?
Well, I always wanted to be a professional baseball player. That was sort of my dream. Followed baseball very closely as a kid, collected all the cards. I don't know if I wasn't good enough or I was just more focused on soccer, football at some point, but I just kind of drifted towards that.
Did you have a cherished baseball card?
Many, yeah. I think the set, 1979, the year I was born. I still have it.
What position would you, what was your favorite?
Well, I was stuck mostly second base, shortstop, or center field.
I can see that.
And leadoff hitter.
What could have been? But I think you picked very wisely. When did you know about pursuing soccer, and when did you know that this is something I can really take far?
Yeah, I was blessed with some great coaching growing up. A couple of the coaches were from England or the UK, and actually went on a trip to England. The first game I ever saw live was Arsenal-Liverpool at Anfield, and that kind of sealed the deal. Leading into that, I sort of got wind, okay, maybe you're a little better than other kids at this. Let's continue down that path, and moved to a club with some great coaching, the Nomads, when I was 12. And they planted the seed, and then when I was 15 and I saw that match, I knew that this is going to be my future, and I have to at least try.
It's difficult. You're in San Diego, you're in Southern California, and while there's a lot of players that are now playing in Europe, that wasn't the case when you were coming through. What do you think made that possible to get that jump to Germany?
Very difficult. I think at that time there were some trailblazers. Casey Keller was directly there, and Eric Winalda, Claudio Reyna, who I did get in touch with once I did get to Germany. But I was set on Europe. I wasn't too sure if it was going to be Germany or England or wherever. But I was set. I knew I was going to at least try it, fully knowing that it could fail. It didn't, thankfully. And I spent a good 22 years there. It shaped me as a person, the person I am today. It made me also very knowledgeable about our sport.
Without tooting your horn, if you walked around the streets of Hanover, what would the reaction be, knowing how much they love their club?
Probably now a few double takes. Wait a minute, I thought he moved. I thought he moved to LA. But sure, yeah, you get recognized. It's a smaller city, big enough that you can still get lost and see new corners, try new things, new restaurants, but it's pretty small and familiar.
And it's allowed you to come here, but how's that influence in German football and German culture helped you as now in your new role as a coach here in the United States?
Yeah, I think a lot of the German traits, the obvious ones, punctuality, discipline, the way they play is very structured. All I learned are very positive traits and traits that are super important for our sport, and kind of coupled with my easygoing San Diego, sun is shining, board shorts, sandals type guy, have made a really interesting mix for me and have made progressing in this sport, especially as a coach, doable and also palatable, I think, for the players.
You've had a lot of success, and your success suggests you're doing your job really well. But your coaching philosophy, what are those? What are things you're still learning or bringing into what you do on a day-to-day? Say, this is effective. This is something I want to use.
Yeah, I think coaching philosophy you can talk about in matches, so in competition. I think the guiding force in competition should always be to try to win and prepare your team to give them the best chance possible to win. Whoever those 11 players are stepping on the field for LAFC at that moment, those are the best players for that particular game at that moment in time to win for LAFC. And your training philosophy is much different, so how to prepare players for that. If we've done that every single day, we are going to be good and we are going to be ready.
All the best with everything, and great to catch up with you, Steve.
Thank you, Max.
Coming up on LAFC Weekly. Mark Delgado wasn't given anything during his rise in American soccer. He went out and took it. We go on his amazing journey to the black and gold. LAFC Weekly is presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC. By Stater Brothers Markets, fresh, affordable, community first. And by Pacific Office Automation, official partner of LAFC. Hey LAFC fans, the third entry period for the Enhanced Experience Sweepstakes presented by Zelle is live. Send money with Zelle to have a chance to win VIP experiences, autographed jerseys, player meet and greets, and other exclusive prizing. Learn more and opt in at LAFC.com/Zelle for your opportunity to win. Mark Delgado will tell you this, and I believe him. Well, coming up the ranks, if he took a day off or one time didn't give 100%, he probably doesn't get here. A multiple MLS Cup champion, approaching 400 MLS games, and one of the best in class as a box-to-box midfielder. 2025 is his first year with the club, but it feels like he's been here for years. Our player profile, presented by Rockstar Energy Drink, Mark Delgado.
Hi, I'm Mark Delgado, midfielder for LAFC, and I'm from Glendora, California. My soccer career really came around just watching my older brothers playing, and I really grew a liking for it. Eventually joined a local team, just, Sunday leagues, keep myself busy and really do what I always would do at the house, which is kick a ball around. And eventually I got really good at it. At some point, a few years in the Sunday league, I started to get scouted by a club team, and then that's when club soccer came into play. Just a few months into academy, got called into Bradenton, Florida for the residency program at IMG Academy. And then I spent a whole year out there just kind of going to school and playing soccer, and that was your life on repeat for a whole year. While I was there, I met someone who was in the Chivas USA Academy. I asked him if he can help me out and get into the academy. I talked to a few people, which he did. And after our year term there, we just stayed in contact, and I finished out the year with my current academy and moved over to Chivas USA. Not long after that, I was joining the first team in preseason. After that preseason, I signed my first professional contract at the age of 16. The rest is pretty much history, right? I would describe myself as a player, as someone who really likes to keep the game simple and just play the flow of the game, not complicate things too much. I know what I can do and I know my limitations, so I play my strengths to the best of my ability. So as I was growing up, I really idoled Iniesta and Xavi, and these guys kept the game really simple and kept the ball moving. And that was Barca in their prime days, so there's something that I found really special in that, and I still look up to those guys even though they retired. The style play is just, for me, it's untouchable, and it'll never go out of style. go-to cheat meal after a match at home is usually In-N-Out. LA kid, In-N-Out's always been the go-to, so I can definitely say I wish their fries were a lot better, but I love the burgers. I love everything about it except the long lines and the fries, obviously, but everything else, it's a good cheat meal for me and my wife, of course. Hobbies to get away from soccer. I started playing golf. You know, I'm an outdoor person. I like to stay active as well, stay busy. So golf was the perfect thing to start learning and start doing. I live right next to the beach, so going to the beach as well, just hanging out with my family, enjoying good weather, trying new restaurants with my wife, spending time with my family, kind of staying off my phone and being in the moment and, you know, creating memories with my family and, you know, whoever it may be. That's really what I'm all about, to really get away from the game. One of my favorite memories in my career is winning my first MLS Cup. Definitely went through trying to solidify myself in a very, very good team in Toronto. Been away in my career for 7 years. Definitely a culture shock to me, even though it wasn't that far. You're just up north, but still, being an LA boy, I was very biased to, you know, everything I'm used to at home and LA over everything, right? But I definitely grown to love Canada, Toronto. Nothing compares to being back home, back in LA with my family, with my wife's family as well, and everyone coming to the game and supporting me. Now that I can play for my home team in Los Angeles, it's something really special to me. And every time I step on the field, I don't take it for granted. I hold a lot of pride in representing my local team.
Coming up on LAFC Weekly, in the pantheon of LAFC icons, in the end, there can be only one who stands alone. We look back at the iconic Carlos Vela. Welcome back to LAFC Weekly. This is the part of the show where we talk about the icons of LAFC. In our very short history, we have had many. Those who raised the standard, took the club to glory, became fan favorites, selling a lot of jerseys along the way, which you can purchase at LAFC HQ right next to BMO Stadium. There are icons, and then there is Carlos Vela, the man who set the foundation for LAFC as a player and now filling the role of club ambassador. Carlitos, our Call Jacob, iconic player.
It's a decent-looking effort and a wonder goal! Superb from Vela! In for Carlos Vela. Vela taking the attack! Oh, what a goal again! Carlos Vela, we've seen him do that time and time again. Team rising and scoring! It's Carlos Vela! Lift off in LA! For Vela. And Vela scores! Absolutely spectacular finish. He has Dio. Rossi joining him. They back away. Rossi! Oh, it was a heavy touch. Vela! ¡Qué clase de jugador! Blessing through. Here's Carlos Vela. Vela! End to end.
By San Jose, but the danger's not over. Here comes Vela. Vela with the shot. The corner! Exquisite from Carlitos! A touch of magic!
skirting past many, one on goal.
Pass to Vela. Vela lets it go towards Rossi. Back to Vela, continuing his run. Into the air, Vela, around the defender. Oh my goodness, around the keeper and in. I have not seen anything like that.
Vela curls it. There it is. Carlitos. He sets the record and he does it in remarkable fashion. There's Blackman. Carlitos. Absolute magic. He didn't settle for 32 because you know what's better? 33. Blackman for Vela! A hat trick! And there is the new record! 34 goals this season! It's Rossi. It's Vela! It's 1-0. And it is that man again. Blessing. Rodriguez, this could be a gem. It will be for Vela. Vela. And Vela still. And Vela goes for the chip and scores! The master of all he surveys. It's Vela! He's done it again! Right for this. Looking for the grand finale. Maybe Vela will provide it. On his return, normal service immediately resumed. It's perfectly weighed. No! Golazo! Golazo, Carlitos! A goal from the heavens! Oh, and back he does!
Feeds it now into space here for Carlos Vela. Vela trying to streak his way in.
Vela!
Coming up on LAFC Weekly, we relive the year Diego Rossi won the Golden Boot. LAFC Weekly is presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC, by Stater Brothers Markets, fresh, affordable, community first, by Chick-fil-A, proud partner of LAFC, and by Waymo, official ride-hail partner of LAFC. "2020, you can't say that year without thinking of COVID. It was a tough time for everyone, athletes included. And at one point, we were not sure there was going to be an MLS season, but with hard work, thinking out of the box, and a lot of hope and faith, a season was had, and a pretty good one. I stand by how that year was necessary to begin a golden era within the league. Speaking of golden, you know who was the top scorer in MLS that year? Diego Rossi, winning the boot. It's our classic club moment, presented by Stater Brothers.
The leading goal scorer of the 2020 MLS season. His name is Diego Rossi.
What we love is the way Diego has taken more responsibility. He's become more of a leader. You could see it in Orlando, and it continues. I think he's getting better and better.
I am afraid that is all the time we have for this week, but plenty of great LAFC programming coming your way every Tuesday, 5:30 on Fox 11 Plus. It's LAFC Encore, where you get to see the latest LAFC game in its entirety, preceded by LAFC Weekly with yours truly. Come out to a game, go to LAFC.com for tickets. That's all the time we have for this week, but until we meet again, this is Max Bretos saying, let's go, black and gold.